Hey guys, today we are going to look at a hands-on of feature selection using one-way ANOVA or F-test. So we are going to use our familiar Kaggle environment. So this is a Jupyter notebook. This notebook will be available as a public notebook. So the code will be available to you in the video description. You can run the code on your own, change the code, run your own experiments, change the dataset and learn. So why should you attend this? After attending this, you should be able to conceptually explain what is feature selection, why it is required, how one-way ANOVA can be used for feature selection, and then finally, you will also learn the implementation of that using Python and Scikit, and you will be able to apply that on any dataset from any application domain. So let's get started with what is feature selection. So let's say you have a data set. So in any machine learning problem, you have a data set. And let's say you have 100 features, all right? And feature selection tries to find a subset of these 100 features. That may be 10 features or 20 features, such that the classification performance that I can achieve on the original features, that is all 100 features, is equivalent to what I can achieve on these 10 features or 20 features. Okay, why do we do this? We do this because the model will train much faster with this less number of features, and the model is more interpretable, more simple. So if you want to take any action or if you want to discuss the model with your customer, it is much more easier. So let's start with some housekeeping by importing some of the libraries. Okay, important libraries are your pandas, numpy and matplotlib. We are using the pandas library now to import a CSV file. So this is a path typical to Kaggle. Let's take a look at the data, just few rows. So we use the head command for that, head function for that. So these are my top few rows, and so all rows belong to one particular type of wine, and these are different attributes of the wine. Okay, so fixed acidity, volatile acidity, or total sulfur dioxide density, whatever, and this quality is the target field. All right. So now let's understand that how one-way ANOVA is used for feature selection over here. So first let me tell you that one-way ANOVA actually is used to compare means of different groups. So when there are more than two groups, you use one-way ANOVA. Okay. So what we think is that if I have different classes, right? So if you see here, if you can consider that this quality 5 is giving one group, and this quality 6 is giving you another group. So what you can do is you can look at the mean of each of the groups, and you can use one-way ANOVA to see that how significant the mean is or how significant the difference is. Okay, so let's look at an example. So if there are three attributes A1, A2, A3 and classes C1, C2, C3. So C1, C2, C3 are basically three class values, and if means of these three class is far from each other, then it is a good attribute or feature. Okay, so if I look at fixed acidity and I find group of all the qualities, okay, and if I have quite a difference in this means, then that will be a good feature. Okay, and this is just by intuition. F-score actually formalizes this. Okay, and it turns out that if you have two features, so one causes more separability in the means or more separability between the classes, that feature will have higher F-score. So higher the F-score, higher is the utility of the feature. Okay, let's understand that intuition now using our mean function on the data set. Okay, so if I run this, I group by quality and take mean of all attributes. So this kind of give me mean of all qualities. So actually I had 6 classes. Okay, and so you can understand that manually comparing these 6 groups is very difficult or is not possible. So that's why you go for a statistical test like F-test. Okay, and you can also visualize and try to understand, and for that the best plot can be, or one of the best plot can be, a box plot. So what we do over here is we draw a box plot. So we can draw a box plot for each of the columns, and we do a by quality. Okay, so what will happen if I do this is that for each of the classes it will create a box plot. You see, that I had 6 classes, so I have 6 corresponding box plot. And this is for the first attribute, and let's look at the second attribute. So if you just visually compare, you will tend to conclude that this is a better feature because overlap is very high here. Okay, uh, the overlap is much less over here. All right. However, again, you cannot run this on each of the features and visually inspect, right? So there can be so many features. So that's where your feature selection using one-way ANOVA will come into play. So let's again do our housekeeping of separating the independent and dependent attributes using this iLog. So this 11th attribute is the quality. Okay, actually the 12th attribute, this is the quality. Okay, this we are taking in the target, and then we are using all other attributes as your independent attributes in AX. And then what we do is we use our trend test split. Okay, and we keep the test size as 0.2. So at 2080 split. Now how do we select the features? Let's look at that. Okay, so what we do is now we actually import select k-based and f classify. So select k-based is a generic method, so you can use any feature selection method, not only f score, and f classify is corresponding to f score. So now what we are doing is we are initializing this select k-based. We are saying that you select the k-based features using f score. And how many features you will choose? You will choose 4 features. And then you do a selector.fit between X trend and Y trend. So here also you don't do on the entire data for the same reason. Because if you do on the entire data, again kind of overfitting can happen. So I select my features now. Alright, and if I run this selector.scores, this will give me the F scores. So you see that I had 11 attributes, so you have received 11 F scores over here. All right. Now this k-based is going to take or going to give you the top features. Okay. So there is a way to find the top features. So there is a function called as get support, and actually for the top 4 features the indices had been set as 1 or 2, and for all others it is set as 0. So if I run this, okay, what it will say is the second column, the 7th column, the 10th column, and the 11th column are the highest one. So you can see the 11th one is the highest one with 93. Okay, and also this one is also quite high. So as I said, this is the second column. So that way it has picked up the top 4 features which is highest F score. That means these features actually gives you highest feature separability. So you remember in box plot also we saw the first feature. Okay, saw the second feature which had good separability and it has a good F score also. Okay, so the visualization actually supports your F score intuition. So now let's do one thing. Let's just select the training and testing set corresponding to these columns. Okay, where we will not use all other columns for training and testing. All right. Now we are going to use a decision tree classifier and look at the classification accuracy. So first what we are going to do is we are going to train on the entire data and look at the classification accuracy. So we have imported our decision tree classifier and then we have initialized it. For all classifiers you need to fit this. So you basically is telling that this is your independent variable and this is your dependent variable. White pred is nothing but the prediction value on the test set. Okay. So let's run this. All right. Okay, and now what we can do is you can use this metrics.accuracy score. For that you will have to import this metrics from sklearn to check the accuracy. So this is a very skewed data set, so you don't really get a very good accuracy. So you achieve an accuracy of 57.8%. Okay, all right. Now let's train using our selected features. Okay, so let's train using our selected features, which are only 4 features, and let's look at the accuracy. So you see the accuracy is equivalent. You had 57.8% initially, and here you have 57.2%. Okay, so it is very close, and instead of the original 10 features we have only used 4 features, so the feature reduction is around 60%. Okay, so I hope I could give you some idea of feature selection and the intuition how F-test or one-way ANOVA can be used to take the best features, and finally how this can be used for classification. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have found it helpful, please like and subscribe.